Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I thought about doing the show from outside today and decided I would never get a word out because it would be so cold.
It is cold. I was out earlier.
Pretty though.
That it is.
It's Thursday.
We should have you sing the intro.
Dun, 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 dun.
We could put lyrics to it.
Dun, 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 dun. I could write lyrics to that music. You don't really want me doing that either.
Why not?
Because it's a talent I do not have. It really, truly.
So when does talent come in as part of this show? Is there a requirement for that?
Oh, so true. So true. But really, songwriting or lyric writing, it's kind of like poetry in English. Not my jam. Can't do it.
English has been difficult for me for all my years. There you go.
Yeah, that skill skipped right over me.
There you go. Hey, welcome into Bacon in Your Mailbox, show number 86 on this Thursday, January the 28th, 2021. I am Greg Milby, community storyteller. That is my friend Jana Clark, community admirer, and soon to be lyric writer for the Bacon in Your Mailbox intro.
Right.
I mean, we could have you be our audio producer show contributor instead of just show contributor. That would work out.
Wait, is that all I am? Is the show contributor?
I mean, you don't have the button. I mean, you've got a button, which you didn't show us your new button the other day, but maybe we'll talk about that in a bit.
Oh.
Good morning, Carter Blankenship. Hopefully you're watching this morning.
Carter, stay inside. It's cold, buddy.
Yeah, it is cold, but did get a little bit of snow. I'm happy.
It's pretty. Did you go sled?
I did not.
Me neither.
I just thought about it, but then I realized, as I get a little older, sledding may not be the best of options.
I agree.
Yeah, and I don't have a lot of hills, so we end up doing stupid stuff. So that's, not
dangerous.
Not necessarily something I need to be doing if I need to continue my job. But
wasn't it pretty coming down? I mean, at one point it was snowing so hard. It was one of those snows where you felt like you were in a snow globe. Because not every snow that falls is that beautiful. It was a gorgeous snow, really.
It was. So we got a little bit. I don't know what the total we have on the ground here, but nice. It's covered the ground. Looks nice.
I would say 1.25 inches.
I'll have to go out there and check that.
All right.
Yeah. Vicky, hiya. First one in this morning with some bacon.
Vicky's like, look, it doesn't do this in the springtime.
Yeah. Vicky is very excited because it's Pirate Joke Day.
Oh, Vicky.
Yeah.
Me too.
She's ready. Good morning to Jay Hobbs. Go.
Mr. Hobbs.
Dustin Shepard is in this morning. And then Vicky's like, oh, back to the talk button. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that talk button that she supposedly has. Here's the bearded wonder, Ken Salee, this morning. And Dustin wants to know, did I do donuts in the new Beast? No, I did not. I was kind of afraid to actually drive because when you've got a big 4-wheel drive truck, you do not want to be the guy in the ditch. That people will judge you for that.
Right. And this morning was one of those tricky things where it really was probably really scary before the sun came up, where you could actually see, sometimes if it's just snow covered, it's snow covered. But I really needed the sun to come up to be able to know if roads were clear or not, because I was a little concerned. But it wasn't bad. It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine getting there. I just didn't want to be that guy in the ditch. Good morning, Elaine, and good morning to Brian Dennis. Thanks for joining us this morning. If you haven't been out, and just in case you're wondering what life is like, and you rely on us for every bit of information of your life, well, one, that's your first mistake.
I'm worried about you.
Here's your weather forecast for today. Clouds and sunshine, 35 for the high. Clear tonight, 19, and sunshine, and 39 for Friday. So, yeah, it's definitely
19.
January.
19. Yeah. Brr.
So Mary says one of the weather stations reported 2.5 inches for Hardin County.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good bit.
That's a good snow.
Does make me want to. Do you have a sledding hill that you guys go to, or is it like a private club type sledding hill?
No, we've been known to follow the masses and go over to the lake, but we also have my backyard between my backyard and the people who live behind us. That's good enough. If you just want to stay close to where we are. And then we also, gosh, my kids, they've done everything from ride bikes in the snow to, tear up boxes and, pull each other down the cul-de-sac. So we've kind of done it all.
Hmm. Now, we used to go over to Martha Thomas's house.
Yeah.
She's got a
Yeah.
very
You
nice
went over
hill.
there. Yep.
We have been to behind the hotel across from White Castles. There's a
All right. I've
reservoir
never been
back
over
there.
there. Okay.
Yeah, there's a reservoir. It's not Valley Creek, but there's another reservoir there.
Yeah.
Uh, that's technically a park, but it's not.
Huh.
So we go back there, and if you start
Fun.
when you walk in, if you start from the right hand side, the hill's not as bad. But as you work your way down, there is a telephone pole. Nobody
Oh,
goes past the telephone pole. You go by the
don't go,
telephone pole, you're on your own.
don't go past the pole.
That's when stuff gets stupid. So it was a few years ago, we decided to go up there, a group of us, and we went and I got as close to the telephone pole as I could. We worked our way down, and I'm like, I'm
Uh-huh.
going. So I got on this sled. That was when we had some ice,
Yeah.
went down that hill. And when you get to the bottom, there's a little gravel road that goes across,
Ouch.
and you get a ramp action going.
Awesome.
I hit it, and apparently I was nose heavy and went down, and the sled hit, the front end hit, and I slid off the sled and across the ground. And I laid there for a second, and on the hill, they were pondering if I was dead.
Oh my.
And the
You're
bottom of
not
the hill,
moving.
I was pondering if I was dead as well. I was moving parts of my body one at a time, like a security check, like a
There's a
systems check.
hand.
Like,
There's a
okay,
hand.
yeah,
There's a foot.
all right. I think I'm alive.
Hey,
So,
listen, this is a true story. I grew up for part of like a few years when I was a kiddo in a town that had it was the flattest little town, no hills whatsoever. So when it snowed, our sledding was to be pulled behind a four-wheeler. Now, no one authorized this craziness. And to this day, I'm sure our parents don't know exactly what we did all the time. I know that shocks you. But I was on a plastic toboggan behind a four-wheeler and it kind of swung me this way and I hit a curb and I broke my tailbone.
wow.
So I had to I don't know what grade I was in, but I had to carry like um, a a blow up donut thing to sit on at school because I had to let it heal and it took a very long time and it was very painful.
Huh.
I
I,
haven't thought about that in a while. It makes my tailbone hurt just thinking about it, to be
I,
honest.
we've done that too with some four wheelers. I don't
Oh yeah.
suggest that for anybody if you have
No.
young kids watching this show,
Right.
because I mean it all starts out fun because you start off slow
Right.
and then you start going faster, and then the next thing you know, it's almost let's see how far we can sling them when we make a turn. So
Exactly. It's like slalom skiing behind a boat. It's all well and good when you're just hanging out right behind the boat. Then when the boat starts moving and you start slinging out and going this way and going that way, same thing.
yeah,
When you in, it's not good.
it's not good. Morning, Lamar.
Laura's probably out sledding last night.
Oh yeah, Lamar's out there.
Yep.
Guarantee he's out there in his cruiser doing that. Dustin says Heartland Golf Course, hole number 15, best hill in the area. So,
Oh, okay. Well, so when the golf course is torn up, we're going to call you, Dustin. You just
mhm.
outed yourself.
So Elaine says her boys would hook a car hood to a tractor and pull it like a sleigh. Farm fun. Now,
Now that sounds like more my speed.
we did that once at McNeely Lake in Louisville when I lived in Fairdale. We did that in high school where we got a car hood and took it out there. Literally went over to a junkyard and bought a hood.
That's fun.
It was fun until you decided to spray stuff on the bottom of it to make it go faster.
Oh my
And
gosh.
once part of the hill broke itself in,
Of course.
you got in a groove. Well, you get to the bottom of the hill, people would be watching for cars.
Oh my gosh.
But I remember a buddy of mine going down that hill going airborne and us seeing sparks off the bottom of the hood. And we knew he was in trouble because if you
Yeah.
got to the road, you were getting to the lake.
Yep.
Yeah, he got to
Bad
the lake.
idea.
Yeah, we had to leave.
The only good thing about that is you have a tractor or a four-wheeler to pull you back.
My dad said that he did that as well with the four-wheelers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fun.
But he wouldn't let us do that kind of stuff. That's
No,
probably
no,
what's
no,
going to end up happening over at Cardinal Landing. We don't have a big hill over there, but we've got a four-wheeler and we've got rope.
Swinging around. Yep.
So sounds like fun. Lane says four-wheeler on a frozen pond is fun until you get the thin spot.
I'd be so scared.
Yeah. Jay Hobbs, best sled I ever had was a Mustang Hood at Iroquois Park. Yeah, Iroquois. Ooh. We didn't go to Iroquois because it was a little longer of a drive.
Yeah.
And it would be more crowded from time to time.
But I bet there is some good sledding going on over there.
Oh, guarantee you.
For sure.
So if you were looking for a reason to celebrate today is Blueberry Pancake Day.
Oh, that's a great reason.
Now, the folks that put this reasons to party type list together, they say because they're nutritious enough to eat for breakfast, they're tasty enough for a midday snack, and easy enough to make for dinner. I don't think I've ever had a blueberry pancake for dinner.
Well, there is no time like the present. Tonight, you can.
May have to give it a shot. Today is also Data Privacy Day. Well, that sounds boring.
Who believes in that anymore?
National Lego Day.
Oh, don't step on those in the middle of the night.
Yeah. That's the best security system you could ever have in your house.
Dog antlers, same thing. Every time I step on one of those things, I go, ooh, Lego. Yeah.
Dog antlers.
You know those hard antlers do you have antlers that your dog chews on, those bones?
No, we haven't yet. We probably need to. You should choose everything else.
Oh, you'll need one. But when you step on them, it's just like stepping on a Lego.
Huh. Today's also... But I love Legos. I would still play with Legos now if people wouldn't judge me.
Me too. I like Legos. My kid, I had one that loved them, one that wasn't patient enough for them. And so they kind of fell off the radar for us. And so we ended up not doing as many. But yeah, I mean, I would sit down with a set right now and I could at least kill a few hours.
Fun stuff. And today's also Kazoo Day, honoring some people say, annoying musical instrument that even the most untalented person can play, like me.
Do you think kazoos are annoying?
They can be.
So they don't work if you blow air in them.
No.
Have you ever watched someone try to play a kazoo and all they do is blow air in it like it's a horn?
Look,
or Lord, our heaven help us, a recorder. Both of my kids played the recorder when they were in the 5th grade or 4th grade at St. James. Mm-hmm. Recorders are horrible. That's a whole nother show. But kazoos, when little kids blow in kazoos, it's kind of funny. Yeah.
What I would like to know is who worked that deal that all 5th graders around the country have to play a recorder, and you have to buy one. So somebody that owns a recorder business or a lobbyist for recorders went to Washington and said, hey, I think it's very important that all kids play the kazoo in 5th grade. That dude's living on an island in the Bahamas somewhere.
Listen, my husband did it when he was a kid at St. James. Like, I think it's just one of those things that it's the first instrument that so many kids learn to play because it's easy. It only has, I don't know. I say it's easy.
You know, when you go on vacation, I remember when I would go down to Florida, we go with the family. Nobody else played golf. So I'd call and get a tea time with people and, play 4 or 5 days. It was always cool because they would pair you up with a couple of other people that were on vacation too. And you always ask, so what line of work you in? Can you imagine you get to the tee box and you're talking, what line of work you in? I'm in the recorder business.
I make recorders.
Really? Yeah. Oh, okay. So where do you live? I live over there. Look at that big, that's mine.
You got it. Business. I was going to say.
Every 5th grader in the country. I got them.
Yeah. So. I even suggested one time that my younger one could borrow, like we could save it. And it was met with horror. Like, what do you mean I would use someone else's? Like, I need my own. And so, of course, there I am writing the check for another one.
See, that's what the guy in the recorder business wants you to do.
I know.
because his wife is in the disease business. She's the one that shares stories about germs and says, hey,
Oh, that's funny.
about germs. And today is also National Daisy Day. Now,
National Daisy, like the flower?
Celebrating the flower that symbolizes innocence and purity. Now, if I would have known and thought about that flower symbolized innocence and purity, I would have never named our Daisy Daisy. So,
Greg, it gets no more innocent or pure than that face. I can't believe that you would claim otherwise.
Oh my gosh. So yesterday.
She's adorable.
She has her moments.
I bet it's hard to get onto her because she's so cute. It
is, but yesterday I come back in from going out to do some radio stuff, and we didn't want to put her in the kennel all day. You can't do that. Right. Garrett was at school. Jennifer was on conference call, so I stayed upstairs working on my MacBook. It was miserable all day. Went through 2 cups of coffee because she put her paw in my coffee.
Oh.
And then was licking her paw.
Uh-huh. She's a coffee lover. Don't hold that against her. That's a good thing.
So it was just a crazy mess all day. And then when the snow started, she wanted to go outside. So she rang the bell on the door. And I wish I had loaded up the video to show. She played for 10 minutes out there, just eating snow off the back deck.
Isn't that fun? Yeah. So cute.
Oh,
mine went out and did like a romp. They did like a lap around the yard and came in, shook it all off, and then immediately went to like a warm, cozy space and said, okay, that's enough.
Daisy her heart was just, yeah. She was ready to go again. So, and Jeff knows this. So Jeff, he called me yesterday and I answered, and it was right in the moment where Daisy had decided that my feet were evil machines that she had to attack and kill. And so she was just, ballistically barking at my feet and trying to bite my feet.
Yep. Puppy fits.
And I was like, Jeff, I'm sorry. I was like, Apple, stop. It was crazy.
At one point, you could walk across the room in our living room, and if you had pants on, my dog would find your pants, and she would just like walk along with you and like hang on and keep going. And I was like, you have to let go.
That's Daisy. That's Daisy.
Yep.
She's into everything. She is trying to. She goes and scratches on the laundry room door because the dog is addicted to dryer sheets.
Oh.
I don't know what the deal is with dryer sheets, but that's her thing. That's her jam. Huh. She loves those.
Well, everybody has a thing.
And then there's something about stink bugs.
What about them?
We'll have them appear in the house now.
Oh, you mean she goes after them?
Yeah, and we'll eat them.
Oh.
So
nice.
When she gets up in your face, you're like, it took us a day or two to figure out what that smell was. I'm like, did she eat her own poop?
That's funny.
And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. That's a stink bug.
Wow. Well, she's getting rid of them. She's your pest control.
She's something. All right. So as we have now, I guess we're 10 months into this thing that we are dealing with that we can't say. So I don't have to put money in the jar. The reason this show actually happened was a getaway from
said thing.
Yeah. So if you're getting sick and tired of breathing the smell of your own coffee breath while wearing a face mask, well, you're going to be happy to hear about this. Now
you should wear 2 of them so you can't.
I don't even want to get started on that whole thing.
I know, it's crazy. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. I'll put a quarter in the jar. Go ahead.
So, but you didn't say it.
I know, I didn't.
So the latest trend is scented face masks.
Ooh, scented how?
Fresh mint to lavender to an assortment of fruity smells, including apple and strawberry.
Ooh.
Scented masks are on the rise, and they're a welcome change from some of the initial offerings, this company says. Now,
that's funny.
And that's where I differ from this company. They say it is a welcome change from the initial offerings. Last year, a few companies jumped on the bandwagon making masks with food scents on it, including breathable bacon. So you want to tell me that lavender is better than breathable bacon?
It was probably because You know how some things only smell good if it's the real thing? If it was like nasty fake bacon smell, it was probably not good. Breathable fake bacon.
I don't know. Fake bacon is
You'll
well,
take fake bacon?
I don't necessarily want to eat it, but I mean, the smell is still there. It's like bourbon. If it's rot
Yeah.
gut bourbon, it still smells pretty good.
Interesting. Interesting. I love masks right out of the laundry because they smell like they're like fresh sheets, like they're fresh laundry, and they smell good. But it doesn't last very long.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think I would go with maybe Zaxby's chicken
that's funny.
or Diesel. Oh, there you go.
Popcorn,
Um,
fresh baked brownies, maybe.
Vicky
Yeah.
has a breathable bacon would make you hungry.
Yep.
I don't need any help gaining any more weight. So
Listen, breathable bacon. You'd be looking for a snack all the time.
yeah,
There you go. They got it.
my issue with bourbon scented masks is that what if you have your mask around your neck and you're driving? Then you get pulled over. Then you're gonna do the breathalyzer. You may pass, but they're gonna be like, I don't know, this dude
You're going to
must
be
know
very
how to get by that.
suspicious.
Yeah.
You're going to have a reputation. It won't work anymore. You're going to have to quit the show.
And I love the smell of bourbon. And I've always said, I like to just stick some bourbon behind my ear and head out like it's cologne. But then everybody's going to judge you like you drink all the time.
That's true. Then you'll end up with a dog named Tipsy, and it's all downhill from there.
Exactly. And I'm so glad that you're finally admitting that.
Listen, if you can't beat them, join them, Milby.
Right.
Truly.
Because, we all know that dog, your new dog named Tipsy, was not named after the tips of white on her paws. That's your husband just saying, my wife drinks too much.
Oh.
So, as you mentioned earlier, the talk is that we're supposed to be potentially wearing 2 masks, which I just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I just need everybody to wear one.
So then if everybody starts getting on this scented mask bandwagon, then what do you do when you have a bourbon scented mask? Do you pair it with an orange scented mask? Or then you've got to start pairing your masks so they smell right.
It's like eating 2 Jelly Bellies. You got to figure out which 2 masks go, but then you can have your popcorn and diesel fuel mixed together, which is so bizarre, by the way.
Yeah, and I think people would be like, is that popcorn and diesel fuel? Yeah. Why? And then I'd have to explain the whole thing.
Where's Greg?
Yeah. So Brian says, I missed the last 20 minutes. Someone give me a breakdown of today's topics. What did I miss? Well, we're talking about masks that are too scented, or masks that are scented now, bacon. We talked about sledding. So, or you can just go back and watch from the beginning.
Really?
Yeah.
Just watch it later and then call me if you have any comments and, I'll talk about it.
Yeah. So I went to yesterday. So on Lyrics and Laughs, I'm going to use that for a free plug. Lyrics and Laughs podcast. We broke down the lyrics to the Kentucky Headhunters' Dumas Walker last night. And that'll be released Friday morning at 7 a.m. So we had that.
Walker?
Where is it?
Yeah.
So there's an interesting backstory about that, because Dumas Walker is in the song is not the Greensburg is where the restaurant they're talking about getting a slaw burger, fries, and a bottle of ski. But it was not called Dumas Walker's. The restaurant was not. It was Ennis's lunch room, or Ennis's restaurant, Adolphus Ennis. Dumas Walker was a marble playing friend that they had that had a packaged liquor store at the Kentucky-Tennessee line. So they melded the two places together in a way.
All right.
But we did, of course, talk about slaw burger, fries, and a bottle of ski. And you couldn't do the podcast without a bottle of ski last night, or at least a can.
Of course not.
So I went up to the gas station to buy some skis.
Yeah.
And I'm in line, and there are like 9 people behind me. Okay? And I look, and not one of them's wearing a mask.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, well, this is interesting. I felt really awkward at that point.
Yeah.
So
not optional.
Anyway.
Everybody covered up.
Just me. All right. Websites. We all go to the Google machine.
Yep.
To figure out things. Right? All the time.
Yep.
The Google machine never lies. Wikipedia, it lies a lot.
Oh, that's true.
Because you can change it.
Yep.
But I did find this link of websites you need but did not know about.
Okay.
So if we give you anything ever in the 86 shows that we've done here, this may actually be some kind of consumable material for you.
Helpful.
So websites that you need but did not know about. Justwatch.com.
Just watch.
Yep. You search a movie or TV show and it tells you where it is streaming.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. What I need to know is where's it streaming free?
Oh my gosh.
No,
Is there not a justwatchforfree.com?
there should be. Let me write that
There's
down.
your $1 million idea of the day. Yeah.
Outline.com allows you to read the text on virtually any website without seeing the ad. It also allows you to highlight the text for later.
Interesting.
It's aimed for on news and info based sites,
Sure.
you know, if you're one of those folks.
Sure. So far, justwatch.com has my vote. Go ahead.
So another one is 10minutemail.com. It's a disposable email service.
Okay.
So you use it when a site requires that you provide an email address to send a validation email to.
Interesting.
You don't give them your real email address and you don't end up on some spam list somewhere. 10 minutes later, it's gone.
Huh.
I like that.
I like that one too. Still like Just Watch better. Go ahead.
PDFdrive.com.
Okay.
Contains more than 77 million books available to download for free on PDF.
Really?
Yeah. Now, my only concern is are we taking money away from the author and the writers of these books?
Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff going on there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then warnontv.com.
Oh, brilliant.
Actually, it's .net. And it's just what you think it is. They track down the exact clothes actors wear in TV shows. Plus, they often show a similar, cheaper option if your budget doesn't quite match that of the Kardashians. But I know yours does, Jana. But for other people.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Not for the Kardashians, but all the time people want to know who. So I have a specific instance about this because there was a weather. This is so crazy. There was a girl doing the weather on a national news show one time. And I wanted to know where, like, the dress that she had on. And so I went to the website and it was like her little segment and people actually were asking her. And I was like, surely down here in the comments somewhere, someone tells where she bought it or what it was. And I never could find it. So that is so smart.
There you go.
Wait, what's it called again?
It is called warnontv.net.
Warnontv.net. I'm doing it.
Vicky says she needs a list of all these. I won't remember them.
I know, right?
I'll put it down for you. And if you want to waste time, actually, here's another one, photop.com. Photop, it's an advanced online image editor with Photoshop. It allows you to create a new image or edit an existing one from your computer or device without any fancy software.
But that site crashed last week after Bernie showed up with his mittens on at the inauguration, because I think that's what all those people used to turn on all those Bernie memes. But that's cool. It's called Photop. That's cool. That's a good idea too.
Yeah. Now, I thought about doing the Bernie one, but then it was out there so many places. I had a couple of ideas for them, and I go, okay, yeah, I'm done. I got to do that.
Like it was really funny, but it was only funny for a hot minute, and then it was just not funny anymore.
And if you want to waste time and just chuckle periodically, there's one called pointer.com.
Okay.
I'll give you the explanation, but really you should just go there, because what it does is your pointer on your MacBook or your laptop on your screen, wherever you put it, it shows a picture of somebody pointing there. And
that's
just
funny.
It is so
That's so
some of you are
funny.
going, what's the context of that? But I laughed for like 20 minutes last night with that one. So.
That's good. That's so good.
But I'll put that list together and make sure that I send it. If Vicky, if you want that, I'll make sure you get it.
Okay. That's so fun. Brian
wants to know, Dustin, has Greg talked about the new URL that Lyrics and Laughs has acquired? We've talked about that before, the gregisold.com. They bought that domain.
Yeah.
and it goes to a realtor, Luke Andrews in Louisville. It goes to his website now.
Why?
Because I have miserable friends.
Oh.
He's the sponsor of our podcast. And
Oh.
so they registered. It looks like they keep saying gregisold.com.
Got it.
Gregisold.com. But no, it's gregisold.com.
Greg, I sold. Got it.
I agree with you, Vicky. Bernie memes are getting annoying, like that Karen thingy. I know.
True that, Vicky.
Just past a lot of that stuff.
I agree.
So, but what do you do? You know?
Some of them were hilarious, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really, yeah.
So, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I know there's some talk into the Super Bowl, and there's all this talk about the commercials now that, you know, some of the different folks that aren't running ads this year.
Why?
They're I think Coca-Cola's not running ads. They're pushing their money into another fund that's going to help folks. They're just really, I guess they don't think that the numbers are going to be there. I don't know.
You know, if there's a year to skip it, this is probably the year. But listen, the opposite thinking there is that less people can go, so more people will be home because they're not going out. They're not going to be at the game. They're not going to be going to parties and things like that, that maybe people will watch more. But I will tell you right now, I just don't watch commercials. And it's just because if I'm watching something live, I don't have time to sit and watch it. I have to do stuff when it's a commercial.
Now, a lot of people love the commercials actually more than the football game itself.
I know. Interesting.
That's why they spend $5.5 million for a 30-second commercial.
Craziness that gets people talking for what, a week? I mean, it would be interesting to see truly what the ROI is on investing that much in a Super Bowl ad.
For your non-marketing people, that's return on investment.
Yeah.
But and then they release the commercial now. They've got to where they release them the day or two before.
Yeah, you don't even have to watch the Super Bowl to see them. Yeah.
So I'm kind of like that. Now, in a study, a slight majority of respondents, 51%, said they like the commercials played during the Super Bowl more than the game itself. So that's a 50-50 shot. That's kind of crazy.
Interesting. But I think this year more than ever, you might get more bang for your buck, so to speak, by not doing it and talking about why you're not. That's a smart strategy.
It would be a smart strategy.
Yeah.
I think you're onto something there.
Yep.
So I personally think it's about that time.
It is.
Because
I mean, forget this whole Super Bowl national football game, $5.4 million for an ad jazz.
Right. Because I mean, we would be willing to put a commercial in this if you wanted for 5.5 cents, maybe.
Or a heck of a lot less.
$5.50 you can sponsor. That almost sounds like one of those shelter dog commercials, you know, for 5.5. So for $5.50 you can sponsor this show, and you could highlight and sponsor this wonderful feature here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is time now for Jana's pirate joke of the week. Still don't have a rim shot at the end of that.
Ching. Hey, what is this is a good one. This is one y'all are going to want to use later. Kind of like pirate from last week. What is the name of Blackbeard's wife?
I don't know. What is the name of Blackbeard's wife?
Peg. Come on. It is funny.
Oh.
Peg. I mean, of course it is. What else would her name be?
That's right.
Yeah.
Peg. And she tells a joke. Peg, you're pulling my leg.
I mean, truly. Blackbeard's wife. Her name is Peg.
Oh. Vicky says the intro for Pirate Joke is the bomb. I think so too. I like it. I think it's one of my finer pieces of
Took
work.
me a while to come up with that, Vicky. Greg agreed to it, and so he plays it every time.
But the intro? Well, yeah. I mean,
I can't take credit for it. He did
I,
it, Vicky.
I photoshopped you on a pirate. I mean, that in itself was well worth the wasted time of doing that.
Oh, goodness. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, stop it. Stop it.
All right. So one more topic just to discuss, just to grow some people out. Cause you got to do that too. You bring them up, you bring them down, you bring them up and you put them back down. It's that whole
It's this
wave.
roller coaster of bacon in your mailbox.
So that's what you got to do. You got to give them waves of the show.
Right.
So
Right.
ask anybody what the grossest spots in their home is, and they're likely to answer with one of the following: the toilet,
Yep.
the dish sponge,
Yep.
or the grimy stovetop.
Yeah, sometimes.
And in our house, it can be the countertops.
Oh, interesting. I was going to say mine could be the kitchen sink because my kids, even if they empty dishes out of it, never like wash all that stuff down. So sometimes the bottom of my kitchen sink is nasty.
I'm glad I'm not the only house.
Eat off of it, but still.
Glad I'm not the only house that way.
Yeah,
Because they leave the gunk in the bottom. Like, did you wash in that?
It's gross.
What's the deal? But us on the countertops too, because the granite countertops have the way the speckles are on it, it can hide dirt.
Oh, interesting. Camouflage grime. Yeah.
So you run your hands across and you're like, somebody's been over here.
Yep.
So researchers have studied and said, according to this new study, your appliance handles could be even more disgusting than anything we just mentioned.
Interesting. I thought you were going to say ice machine. Did it tell you which appliances?
Researchers studied the amount of bacteria on 14 common sites in your home and found that the kitchen was the most contaminated spot.
Okay.
Appliance handles, like that of your oven door,
interesting,
were some of the worst offenders. Your refrigerator door.
Oh.
You think about it. You just prepped this raw chicken, which would put Jennifer in a hazmat situation, the white coat, everything.
Yes.
You prep the raw meat before washing your hands. You put it in the oven. Your bacteria covered fingerprints are now all over the oven door handle. Add that to any oil or grease that splatters from the stovetop, and you have a recipe for a disgusting door.
I also bet that it gets cleaned less because when you're cleaning stuff, sometimes you don't think to clean the handles. Oh, which I will rectify when I get home today, by the way.
Yeah. And then, again, that's the ebb and flows of this show.
Yeah. Got it.
We brought you up. We bring you down. Where we took you away from making your bed at night or in the morning, we're now going to fill that time with cleaning handles.
I didn't make my bed today. I got up late.
Yeah. See, more time for cleaning handles when you get home now.
Left it. Yeah.
So I left mine too because there was a dog and a wife in the bed.
Oh.
I don't know how we stopped that either, because when I get up at 6, she hears me move in her kennel, and she's like whining, and Jennifer can't sleep then for another hour. So I get her out of the bed. I get her out of her kennel and put her on the bed, and she goes right over there and snuggles up to Jennifer.
No different than a baby. But listen, can she jump down from the bed and jump up on the bed by herself now and stuff?
She cannot jump on the bed.
Okay.
Now, the other day while we were playing, where Jennifer was playing with her, she jumped aggressively and jumped on the couch and was like, what did I just do?
What's this?
Yeah. And she hadn't figured out how to do it again yet, but there's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Because she's growing.
I remember I used to want Tipsy to jump up on the couch. I would be like, you can do it. Like, come on. You're just in your head. Come on. And now, I kind of wish I'd never, But I will tell you that Tipsy would get up on the bed and lay down and curl up and take a little nap with you for a while. But then she discovered once she could jump off the bed that there's way too much stuff to get into. And so I think that's a fleeting, tell Jennifer not to get used to it because I'm not sure how long that's going to last.
Yeah. It's cute now where she snuggles.
Right.
She comes up there. She snuggles on the back of Jennifer's neck. It's cute. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not begging Daisy to jump up on the couch because I know once that happens,
Yep.
It's
Or
going to
come
be
down
game
the
over.
stairs. Like I wanted her to learn how to walk down the back steps by herself. And every day we would go out and practice the steps. And all of a sudden she just bolted over them and would just like go down.
Yeah. Mm. But it is National Daisy Day. Well, like every day it seems to be. So it'll be all about her. Maybe I'll play Legos with her later.
You should.
She'll eat them.
Just take your shoes off. She'll be entertained for hours.
And then you'll be like, hey, what's that? When you take her out to the bathroom and she goes poops, you're like, what is that? And then you realize, oh, apparently it's a puppy pad coming out in her poop. That's what you get. And a stink bug.
Stink bug. Stink bug of a different kind.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Bacon in Your Mailbox. It is the 86th edition of Bacon in Your Mailbox.
We'll figure it out one of these days.
Absolutely crazy.
Hey, have a good day. Everybody,
will do that.
Have a good day on me. Like, I wish you a good day.
Well, I mean, everybody's going to be busy like Mary. Mary Stucker Hall is going to be cleaning all of the handles on her appliances. So we've kind of filled the day with that.
Me too, Mayor. Yep.
Yep. So there you go. And Vicki, thank you. Yes. Love Baconite Buddies. It's all about it. So thanks again to our sponsors, that being Stith Family Farms, the Award Center, Amazing Glazing Donuts, and Bluegrass Cellular. I am Greg Milby, community storyteller. That is Jana Clark, community admirer. And this has been show number 86 of Bacon in Your Mailbox. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, y'all.